So this is Shura, huh? Way to establish a very hateful character. Another evil counterpart to Shiki has now been born. Although it's still not exactly explained if he wields the exact same ether gear, they do say that he has the same, Demon King ether gear. So yeah, maybe he does have the same one. Although if he does have the same ether gear, then I do wonder why is that the case. Although with the clue about this Senolith guy seems to imply that there are other gravity ether gears, but maybe all of them are connected back again to the title of Demon King. After all, the Demon King shares his ether with everything else. And he is the son of the Emperor. Yes, Shura Poseidon, or Poseidon Shura is his name. The son of Poseidon Nero, and let me just tell you, he is immediately established as scum. Almost worse than his father, who already does not have the most positive of reveals, although we haven't seen him yet. So, yeah, we will have trouble. This is me, the angry anime fan, the semi-retired despair reviewer, although I intend to only review Eden Zero nowadays. And that what I just said is basically the end of the chapter. What happens in the beginning of it all? Well, first of all, Orc is defeated, which is good. That is how Hiromishima's manga is supposed to roll. Although defeated doesn't mean that he can't talk, because he begins to talk to Shiki, saying that even with this kind of power, he cannot defeat Shura, who he describes as a gravity wielder more powerful than Shiki, and even more powerful than Siggy. Okay for being more powerful than Shiki, but more powerful than Siggy? Well, now things are getting more dangerous. As it says that they are destined to face each other. We all know that's true. Meanwhile, Wise and Couchpo has gotten back to the Eden Zero, the where the Shrine Maidens reveals the situation as well as who is fighting, but also that they have discovered has infected the robots. And just like I said before, it is a virus. It is not just some like that. No, it is a virus that has affected them, and they need Wise's help to make sure that the virus doesn't have anything else to do. Although Wise is questioning why can't Hermit do it, and the fact that she actually doesn't explain completely why Wise is the one to do it. Although I'm pretty sure it is explained, it's just a little bit more subtle. It's the fact that apparently how Siggy has. Although this also begs the question on why haven't the others seen this so far? Why was Eden Zero the first one to see this? Is it because Siggy hit it very well, or is it because of another reason? Either way, for somehow the reason how this virus was spread was not just through the internet. It's because Siggy somehow set up an enormous satellite server to spread the virus, and that is where it's coming from, and it's hovering above Foresta. So I think what they are trying to subtle meaning here is that Wise with his Machina Maker is the only one that can reroute the engine and the virus while working together with Hermito. Because they're saying that even if they blow up, that will not make the robots go back to normal. So they're going to modify it, which, Wise's ether gear can do. The question is, will it be that simple? I sure hope so. Also, meanwhile, Elsie and crew has actually managed to land on Foresta and are of course attacked by zombie robots. So, and although I think this here is one of the first signs of a little bit more of an antagonistic Elsie. So far, she has been an ally to the Eden Zero crew, and while it looks like she does have something still to do that, and while she does appear to not be completely bad, she has been described as a pirate. And here is the fact that she's saying that while she laments of the fact that they're attacking humans, even though they don't have to do it, she will protect her family, and that will include just offering them like that, not really reasoning with them as Shiki has been doing. And she shows her ether gear, and let me just say, her ether gear is a little bit unique. Well, not unique in a mythology gag sort of way, as the way she naked transforms herself is exactly the same way of Ersa Scarletto from, well, fairy tale. Although unlike before, a lot of people are very enthusiastic when they see it. Even the the two princess guards. There's just one problem I have with Elsie's crew right now, and no, it is not because we haven't been gotten the names of most of them yet. It is the fact that we still haven't really seen any females other than Elsie on the crew. If this is supposed to be a homage to fairy tale, where are the females? Give me some females! But here is what I meant by Elsie being a little bit more antagonistic role. It's apparently that it's her ether gear that is absorbing the ether of a planet. She calls this ether gear Star Drain, and this is Foresta, which takes her on a form that is very reminiscent of Ersa Scarletto's Narogami armor. Very, very sexy revealing and stuff like that. And they explained it as absorbing a planet's ether and forging it into a battle gear. So she says the robots have done nothing wrong, so she will end this quickly, as she then ironically uses 7 stars, leave your mark, Grand Chariot. That is kind of funny, because as we all know, that is usually a Jalal like attack, or as we should put it, a Siegfried, because Siegfried was the first, version of this character. Jalal was the second, and Justice maybe the third. So it's kind of ironic seeing this from Ersa, or else the Ersa version of them all. Wouldn't it be fun though if it turns out that Justice has some time-related power to further the gag of being related to Siegfried? Or maybe he also has this power. So either way, yeah, it turns out her ether gear absorbs the planet's ethers, and which means it's a Russian roulette kind of power. It grants her a different gear depending on the planet that she's in. I mean, no wonder she's dangerous, because anything that means she can adapt to almost any kind of different forms, and it also means that if she's this powerful in this form, than everything else. So, but it also means that if she's absorbing the ether of a planet, then doesn't that mean that she basically steals the ether of the planet? It's no wonder that the Russian says Interstellar would consider her a threat then, because that means that she's taking what they want, or something like that. Also, Justice is also on this island, and he detects the ether. And the fact that it's saying that this is a neutral planet and Poseidon Nero's territory seems to imply that, again, that her ether gear can slowly kill a planet, or maybe quickly kill a planet. I'm not really sure. So he declares Elsie will be arrested. Back to Rebecca. She has regained consciousness, although unfortunately Pino and Happy are out of commission. As Brittany being arrogant and doing that thing, she is detailing that what is her ether gear? Your numbers are very low, but for some reason this is an unusual power. As Rebecca makes a pretty familiar like stance, she's saying that ether gear is speed, but it's more than that. Elsewhere, the arrogant and unbearable Mora begins to taunt Homura even more, saying that it does anyone who challenge Poseidon Nero does that, and calling her friends a bunch of nothings. It is then, though, that much to Mora's surprise, that her Homura begins to stand up despite the heat of it all, saying she can endure pain and heat, but you will not insult my friends. That is good girl. The problem is that Mora said that glue can really stick to, so the heat will be there. But she will fight with heat. Maybe that will force her to evolve. And the chapter ends with the introduction of Shura, as we are seeing the planet Nero, which we can all but describe being Poseidon Nero's home base, futuristic thing. We see Shura surrounded by two call girls and another one getting in, saying that she's sorry for not the phone call before. As the two girls saying that that they shouldn't cover play with it all. Suddenly, Shura makes them levitate and then sends them right into the ceiling, much to the shock of the girl that is getting in there. He kills them just like that, just for talking back to him a little bit, saying like, "Don't pick on the poor thing." And he's being a Casanova here, but then he kills them all, and then saying, "Don't get any funny ideas. Women are a glee and a dozen, and everything in this cosmos belongs to me." As we're introduction to the tattooed, thuggish man that is Poseidon Shura. Way to introduce a character, a sadistic, hate-sinking like character. Oh, I already despise him. That cruelty. He is just cruel. It's even crueler the fact that the girls who at first was considering that to be fun, but then he sent them right into the ceiling. And that poor girl that was called in. It does seem like Shura has sex slaves in this inn, because the way the girl says, "I couldn't make the phone last night," seems to imply that he always calls girls and being in for the sex slaving. Seeing this poor girl here traumatized from this, it's a very heart-wrenching scene. Although I have a feeling she's also gonna be killed. It's truly this man is evil, and regardless on how Poseidon Nero is, Poseidon Shura will definitely be an antagonist. The bigger question is now, how will Shiki be able to defeat that guy if he's more powerful than him? It's basically this chapter. So many things, actions revealed. Star Drain, the ether gear of Elsie was revealed. Justice and Elsie are on this thing. We have now the discovery on what made Siggy infect the virus, and of course the introduction of Shura. Next chapter promises Homura Mora, so hopefully she will defeat him. I would have preferred if Brittany was defeated in the same chapter, but nah, it seems we'll not have that way. And also the satellite. I have a very big feeling Siggy did not leave it unprotected. So maybe Wise will get a fight. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that even if they can reroute everything, there will still be damages done. But this is the spoiled son of Poseidon Nero, a Casanova that throws away lives just like that because everything belongs to him. Yeah, just like a spoiled brat. But he does indeed have a gravity ether gear. So give me your thoughts if you have any.